Hey everyone, another Thursday, another chocolate maker. This time we are going to do a chocolate maker from Brazil, Luisa Abram. Brazil has a long history with cacao. Obviously home to part of the Amazon rainforest, but even the European history of cacao is mixed up with Brazil. When Spain and Portugal brought cacao back from the New World to the Old World, and the appetite for cacao grew, they had to grow more, so they took it back to their colonies. Portugal took it back to the area of Brazil and started growing cacao. So cacao has been cultivated in the area since the 1500s, so it's been there for a long time. And there's actually a really interesting history in the 80s of the Brazilian cacao industry that I have been researching, trying to find out more information about so that I can let you guys know about it. But today we're going to talk about Luisa Abram. I have two of her bars that I can show you. This is currently one of my favorite inclusion bars. But let's talk about Luisa first. So Luisa, she's still very young. She initially wanted to go to school for medicine, but something happened and she borrowed some money and took the entrance exam to culinary school without telling anyone and got in. And so her parents were a little bit upset, as parents would be if you were supposed to be a doctor and now you're going to culinary school. But it was only a 2-year degree, so she went for it, thought afterwards that she would be going to Europe to learn patisserie and carry on with her culinary degree there. But so as she got to the end of her culinary schooling, she was looking around. She wanted to have a business that was a competitive product, but it used materials from Brazil. So in 2014, in her last year of college, her and her dad went to see a cacao cooperative along the Amazon River. And that was actually the first time that her dad had seen a cacao tree. And that became the unique thing about her business, the uniquely Brazilian thing about her business. So they found a co-op that was collecting and fermenting wild cacao, Brazilian wild cacao. And that is what Luisa does. So in her small scale Sao Paulo Brazil factory, they work with micro-lot wild grown cacao. The cacao is not planted, the cacao is not cultivated, it is entirely wild. And the wild pods that she gets are smaller than regular cultivated cacao pods, and the seeds are smaller, so you need more of them to make chocolate. So in 2014, when her dad and her first went out, they brought back a 20-kilogram bag of cacao and started in a small room in her parents' place. And Luisa Abram Chocolate really is a family-oriented business. Luisa is obviously the culinary expert of the team. She makes the chocolate. She's also involved in sourcing the chocolate. Andre Banks is her father. He is an engineer and also has a PhD in math. Native to northeastern Brazil, he helps out with the sourcing, with the machines, and with the financing part of the business. Miriam Abram is her mother. She has a marketing degree and she helps out, and she's also native to northeastern Brazil. She helps out with the finances and logistics. And then she has an older sister, Andrea, who has a law degree, who helps out with the legal issues and sales. So really a family-run business. So now Luisa sources all of her beans from small communities along the Amazon River or the tributaries of the Amazon River. So all of her bars are named. They have like Rio Jurua. She has a bunch of different communities that she works with. So let's take a look at the bar and the package, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the river communities, and we'll taste it, see what it tastes like. Okay, so let's start. So I've got 2 bars in my stash currently. I'll just talk about this one a little bit. This is one of her inclusion bars, and it's dark chocolate with cupuaçu. Cupuaçu, so this bar is actually double theobroma. So you get the theobroma cacao, and then you also get the cupuaçu, which is Theobroma grandiflorum. Theobroma grandiflorum is in the same family as cacao. The similar looking fruit, but this has little dried pieces of it in the chocolate, and it tastes really unique and interesting. I'm told that in Brazil, cupuaçu is a common snacking food. It's not so common in the United States where I live, so it's a unique and refreshing taste to me. It tastes a little bit like pear and banana and passion fruit and melon. I really like this bar. This is one of my favorite inclusions right now. But the one I'm going to open, and on her inclusion bar, she's got pictures of myths or things that revolve around the Amazon River. So one of them has pink dolphins, this one has mermaids. So it's kind of interesting and fun. This is her other bar that we're going to taste today. So let's go through it. So we've got her logo here. This is a cacao flower, chocolate from the Brazilian Amazon, wild cacao. Rio Jurua is from the river Jurua. She has several locales, and it changes because the cacao producing changes. So she does Purus, Akera, Jari. She used to do. She also mentioned that this is one of her favorite, but also one of the harder ones to get to, that you had to get out of the boat 19 times to cross 19 waterfalls to get to this community, but they have stopped working with cacao, so you can't get that bar anymore. Purua, Jurua, she says this is her favorite. Terroir, and she also has a new one that she just introduced that I can never say. Tocantins. So all of the names of her bars are the communities that she works with. She tries to go to the origin communities during the harvest. They work with them to teach best techniques for the harvest. They've also brought in others, NGOs, and also Dan O'Doherty of Cacao Services out at University of Hawaii on Oahu has come and helped the communities learn the best techniques for harvesting and fermentation. Okay, so this is a 70% cacao. She's a 2-ingredient maker, cocoa mass and organic cane sugar. I have heard her talk about she is always searching for the best ingredients. So here we go, cocoa mass, organic cane sugar, gluten-free, dairy-free. Not much else on here. All right, let's open it up and take a look. One thing that I really like about Luisa's bar is that, well, let's talk about this first. So she's got this little map to let you know where she's sourcing these beans from. So up here along the Amazon River, close to where scientists think the original source of cacao, the original tree, was first grew. What I like about hers is that it comes with 2 little bars. So you've got one for now and one for later, one for you and one for a friend. Either way. All right, let's open this one up. I think that one's broken. Okay, so my bar got a little broken in transport, a little crumbly. That's what happens when it comes to you all the way from Brazil. But it looks nice, smells good. Let's listen for the snap. Good snap, nice snap. Okay, let's warm it up a little. So when I smell this, warm it up a little bit with my thumb because cocoa butter melts close to body temperature. I get floral, and I get something that I can't quite nail down. It's a fruit, but like tropical fruit, I would say. I can't quite nail it down to anything else. So let's take a bite and see what we can taste. So when I taste this, right away I get the floral note, mild cocoa note. For 70%, it's nice. It's not bitter, it's not astringent. There's a mild cocoa note that goes throughout it. And then there's also, in the middle, you get more of a fruity note, maybe a lychee or pineapple, but it's all mixed up with the floral. And the floral gets stronger, and then at the end you get a little bit of caramelized sugar in there. So it's really quite interesting and complex. And I read somewhere that Jura was her favorite terroir to work with because it's so unique to Brazil. So this is a nice bar. It's got a very slow melt. It's obviously not got a lot of cocoa butter in there. More cocoa solids, very slow melt, but it's nice. It's not a gritty or sandy or chalky, just a nice slow, long melt. And a very mild aftertaste. Overall, it's a really nice bar. I quite like that bar with some unique flavors to the beans. All right, so let's flip this around and we'll finish up. Okay, so so that was her Rio Jurua bar. Quite nice, distinct terroir for Brazil. Luisa has also started making some really good milk bars. Dark milk chocolate, white chocolate with inclusions. She was at the Northwest Chocolate Festival a couple years ago and was inspired to make milk bars after having some Omnom chocolate, also another very good chocolate maker out of Iceland. She talked to them about it and discovered that they used Icelandic milk powder, and she thought this was just awesome and she wanted to use it, but she couldn't get any of it. They couldn't ship it or wouldn't ship it to Brazil. So she sourced her own milk powder out of Brazil from local Jersey cows. And because it's a Jersey cow, the milk that they give it's thicker, it has a higher protein and fat solid to it. And the cows that she used are grass-fed. So she got this really good milk to use in her bars from Brazil. So keeping on brand, she's very sourcing all good things from Brazil. And she does have some fantastic bars. I would highly recommend trying her bars, unique terroirs, and one of my current favorite inclusions, cupuaçu. So that's Luisa Abram. Next week we'll do another chocolate maker. I have no idea who it's going to be. Somewhere from around the world we'll discover another chocolate maker together. If you like getting these videos, be sure to like and subscribe so that you can get one every Thursday. And we'll see you then. Thanks.